So, hello and welcome people back to Let's Play Shining Wisdom. If you wish to meet the gene that rules...
Oh, those look like giant bombs. Are those giant bombs?
Yes.
Oh, dude, you can break open the door to Ganon's lair. Whoa.
Or
That's
throw
awesome.
them at mummies.
That is cool.
Yes, all of those rotation effects.
Well, and then the explosion. I like that. Oh, yay! You can finally not have to fight the mummy for 5 years. Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah, like it's
It's
good
like 4 times the damage or something.
twice. I would say twice.
But you had to hit the mummy more than twice before.
It's a little bit weird, but yeah.
What is the difference between blue and orange sand?
The sand, like regular sand, we can't run on. And if the bridge was made out of regular sand, it would fall down the moment we walked on top of it.
Oh, so it's like solidified. It's not concrete-y
Yes.
or something.
Yes, the gray one is basically concrete.
Gotcha.
Screw you, ant.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, how is that ant coming up through the concrete? That's what I want to know. Very determined ant,
magic.
I guess.
I
You know
do
that
love
ants
how...
are basically wasps. Wasps and ants are basically the same thing.
That is interesting. By the way, oh, damn it, I wasn't to say something.
And I interrupted you with my wasp facts.
Yes, all of the hot wasp news.
That's what people, watch gaming channels for. To get their wasp updates.
Yes, I do know what I wanted to say. In this game, for some reason, every single projectile counts as an enemy. So if you destroy a projectile, it also gives you a price.
Oh, like Mega Man style.
Yes. But yeah, see now the sand is like this, and we actually needed to walk very quickly through it in order to get the mole claws over here.
Yay! Yay! Now we can do that thing that we saw that guy doing.
Yes, exactly. We
we are
out of here.
Oh, that's neat. Lots of neat items and ways to interact with the world.
Mm-hmm.
Can they attack
actually,
at all?
and actually, if you use the mole claws on any type of ground that isn't sand, you will also get prizes.
So, it's like a shovel. You can dig up like little bits of goodness.
Yeah, pretty much.
Downside is
gotta keep it on the screen.
Still, that you have to go to the inventory screen to switch items. Wait, where did you get this weeping angel?
We will get to this. Basically, I had to.
You can take it upstairs? That's unusual.
It is unusual, but yeah, I've realized at this moment that I completely messed up what I was doing. So I just saved you like good 20 minutes of wandering around.
Nice. I was just really surprised because you almost never see in a game like this something you're holding will stay with you when you go upstairs.
Yeah, or even that you can pick it back up after you've thrown it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will get to exactly what the weeping angel does in a moment. Because first I need to enable certain things.
I see what you mean about this one being the dungeon where there's a little bit of like bullshit.
Yeah, because it is also the only one where you don't just get to the end. There is also like a really slightly convoluted way you need to actually do it. Okay, you can get from certain rooms to other rooms through the sand. It's never terribly well established through which places. You just sort of have to figure it out. Sometimes it's obvious, like over here, where it's just like over the thing. But here, I'm gonna get rid of this guy because he's gonna get annoying. over to like I could have dug in that sand
Oh,
and
that's interesting.
got into that room up ahead, and it comes back. It isn't just a one-time thing. It actually comes back in many other dungeons as both a required thing as well as an optional.
So the way that I would say it's not entirely. But they should have made something really obvious where it's like this is the only way you can get into here.
Or like some sort of a different pattern on the sand.
That's an option too. I was thinking though, if they just had one case where that's the only way you could progress, and it was really obvious, then they could have had as many obscure or difficult to figure out ones as they wanted, basically.
Yeah, in a lot of the cases, you can sort of like see, oh, there is a room up there. I'm just gonna try every single route I can possibly figure out in order to get there. And here I was just checking whether I have unlocked all of the switches, and yes, I did.
Nico, you've gotten so much done. You've accomplished so much in such a short time. How did you kill that guy?
I run into it. Acceleration, that's what it's all about.
Oh.
And for can't actually go straight up there. This is what those purple switches were all about. And here, I realize this is something that I can pick up. So it's gonna this way, yes.
And then you're gonna get under this wall, and we're gonna. Yeah, that's really annoying how that works sometimes.
Yeah, I do like that they swap places.
Oh, you can open it while you're underground still.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're vulnerable while you're underground still.
And but you can also still damage enemies while you're underground. Just like ram into them.
So you can still use acceleration underground.
You do use your acceleration. It does actually take into account how fast you are. So you can actually dig faster.
There you go. That's your secret power. So why are you still okay? What do these holes do? You can drop down to the lower level of the bomb.
Yes. No. Actually, you can't drop the bomb to a lower level. The bombs are just the way of blocking it.
Okay. That's part of the puzzle. So, question.
It's something that you can do, but it's not something that's absolutely necessary to do. It's just like a means of, in case you get stuck.
Question.
Because this, yes.
Do you ever use the monkey for anything but climbing vines?
Not really, no. Which is why I like that, and the shell that's used to talk with trees. I feel they could have been combined into one ability altogether.
Right, you just turn into a monkey and then you can talk to trees. Makes sense.
Exactly.
Everyone knows monkeys can talk to trees.
Mm-hmm.
Makes more sense.
Here I was just making sure that there wasn't any sort of secret room upstairs.
So, how much can you bench, Nico?
I don't know.
No, I was just being silly. No, I think it's weird that there's no, like, I feel like the whole digging thing. Oh, you can't get out this way now.
No, you can. It's just that I was wearing the mall gloves, and I need the.
But you didn't go up and do the thing yet.
I have to leave the dungeon in order to reset the sand floor. Like, because the bridge has fallen, and if I were to solidify the sand, which is what the Weeping Angel was all about.
Okay.
It just
question
the
then, did all the switches reset?
No.
Okay.
Thankfully, nothing resets that way. That would be infuriating. But yeah, here they actually make it really obvious that you can go to the other room, but not ever again. Because you could see that the sand underneath that specific wall was straight as opposed to wavy.
Right.
And this is where the Weeping Angel came from. And the important part about the Weeping Angel is that unless the sand is solidified, it disappears.
Oh, if you drop it, or just when you're carrying it?
No, you can drop it, that's not a problem. But if you press the button for desolidifying sand, the Weeping Angel disappears from your hands.
Oh, because it's made of sand, I get it.
Yes. And this is why we don't touch that button. And this is also why pressing all of those buttons beforehand was so important. Because in order to press most of them, you do actually need regular sand.
Right. You need to dig under a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I think that they should have done was made it so that if you're digging, you can pull out the ants from the ground. You know?
Yeah, that would have been kind of cool. Although maybe that does work. I wouldn't be the weirdest thing this game has. Never thought to try, since the best way of dealing with enemies to not.
It's true. Not a lot of incentive when you're not leveling anything.
Not really, no. Especially since all you you just lose HP. That's what happens when you fight. And since I have already grinded for all of the money that I could possibly ever need in this game, well, for the most part, then I don't, I don't have to worry about actually defeating them for money.
I like that they said sorry. Though they are a very polite villain.
Mm-hmm. They're very, very reasonable. And now we have to fight another sandworm-like. There are actually two of them. It doesn't seem that way at first, but the best way to fight them is to use a sword, because it already does more damage.
I like that they just have random laser vision.
As you do. I do.
Oh
I
my
do
gosh!
love,
I'm having a seizure.
I do love the sheer energy with which it the oomph that the laser has when it launches.
Yeah.
Although
this is very seizure-y.
It is. And you would be missing out on most of it if it wasn't in 60 frames.
Thank goodness for that.
Yeah. And now they're faster. Now they're faster.
Yeah, maybe this part would have been rough as a kid, you know?
Yeah.
This whole dungeon and the boss and everything.
But thankfully, it's not gonna last too long. This is one of the fights that, in my opinion, does not go for goes on for just as long as it needs to.
Well, I feel
because a lot of other ones are just this could have ended 10 strikes ago, like the cactus.
Right.
But now
cacti have very high defense.
Yes, they have a lot of water. And now we have Spark Orb. Now Spark Orb is interesting. Here I was trying to do this with the sword, but I haven't realized that I need the highest upgrade in order to do this. But what orbs do is really cool, actually. They are essentially alter abilities of your weapons and items. So most items will have an alternate effect when you use them with a spark orb, and it's also bound with the acceleration mechanic. So for a lot of abilities, you will have to accelerate to a certain point in order to use an alternate maneuver.
So, like, if you're the monkey and you got the spark orb, then you become Spark Mandrill.
I wish, but sadly Monkey does not actually have an alteration. However, the Spark does. But it's rather inconvenient for just doing this. So I disabled it. What happens when you...
It would hit it twice, maybe.
It would actually hit it several times over, which would make it very inconvenient. But what Spark Orb does in combination with the glove is it shoots a gigantic spark of energy that hits multiple times. And I need, in order to get this one last thing, because I want to make sure I didn't miss anything good. Yes,
yeah.
I'm sure I didn't miss anything good.
Well, considering that, you went through the trouble of buying 90 of them, it's probably a good thing to have another one.
Exactly. Well, I bought 99, I already used 10.
Right.
But now I can leave without regrets.
I like that they explain to you that you need to bring that up, though, because otherwise you wouldn't bother.
No, otherwise it would just be impossible, but thankfully this game doesn't really do anything like that anymore ever again.